What?
What?
LA Knight tonight kicked off SmackDown against Sheamus. Got the big pop right off. And a couple things we can talk about here. There was a botch in the match that was very big. And then, first of all, I'd like to say the announcers are positioning it as we know how popular LA Knight is, and now he has to earn it or something, or now he has to sustain it by winning matches. And I did not like that approach of like, we know he's a fan favorite, and now he has to win matches to prove it or something. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're just telegraphing what they do, what they are on the back. They're like, you're over, it's fine, but we don't have to believe it. Like, and they're just trying to make him. You can never take the Vince out of WWE, even if Vince isn't there. Like,
that,
it's always going to be.
It's built to piss you off. I think it's deliberate. Yeah.
Which, if they're really doing it as like self-reflection for him and they're making him earn it, like I'm fine with that too, because you do, like any job, you have to earn it. Like you could be a favorite in your office, but if you're not producing at the level of everybody else, everyone might like you, you might be popular, but if you're not being productive,
if only that were true, buddy.
But
I'm sorry.
Then that telegraphs to the fans like, oh, is he earning it? I don't know if he's earning it. Like I don't know if he's like. So then like and then it's almost like a setup to turn on.
Now it seems you're right. Like they're reading the shit online, and then now they're just going to put it in the storylines.
But I'm with you on that. But the thing that bothers me about that statement and that whole thing is whether they're pulling our chain or not. I mean, all you got to do is look at LA Knight stuff. Like Craig, remember you said they pulled up everything he did for like the last 10 years in 1 week and put it all together.
Yeah.
He was working the gimmick for like over a decade. Like he was on NXT, just walking around going, yeah. And people were like looking around like, what is his problem? Like, and he never wavered. He was doing it on the exercise video. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm like, what do you, I get like he had something, he felt he had something there and he stuck with it and he did it for over a decade just on that. And he's been working indies even longer than that. He's been wrestling for 20 years. I mean, come on, so I think he has earned it. I think he's finally over and they caught lightning in a bottle. And if they're just trying to jerk our chain, I'm actually kind of okay with that because it'll keep people watching. It'll piss people off. It's like, it's another version of the chase, but if they really believe it, they're stepping on their own. They're stepping on their own dick here, honestly, to not get him going.
He opened SmackDown and he beat Sheamus tonight. So and then around the thing. Then all the competitors of the Battle Royal tomorrow for SummerSlam came out too. So kind of setting up that. So we shall see.
I don't think he's going to win the Battle Royal. I don't think it matters.
If he doesn't, it'll be his feud. Whoever throws him out, right? So
for sure, and he'll probably be the last 2 or 3 people in there. That's just fine. And that'll be great. I mean, we always talk about LA Knight. I heard, and I haven't been able to confirm it, but did you guys see that is Becky and Trish's match being canceled for time, or is it being canceled for the injury? Like
I heard
it wouldn't be for time because they stream it now. It's not pay-per-view.
That's what I thought.
So
like
who?
I think
I read Cuz say something that Trish her nose is messed up. Something's wrong with her nose.
It's still not healed or whatnot.
I don't know, what that means, but they must have pulled it last minute.
But actually, the story I read was like Triple H, because they give so much time to stuff with PLE, they didn't want to short anyone else. Because the easier cop out would be to say injury, but Becky's they're bitching online about it, about how she's
but that's what I'm saying is it's not for time. They could do whatever they want now that they stream. They don't have time limits. WrestleMania was fucking 19 hours, like before they went to 2 nights, like.
Yeah, but they can't go over 5 now. Like, so they have a set one, even though it is way too long. But but
they won't even hit 5. SummerSlam would hit 4, maybe. Like, but I don't. Yeah. I can't see them cutting it for time because I was looking at the card. I'll see what you guys your predictions.
Yeah. Give it.
So there's only 8 matches on the card. Like, so I mean, why not make it 9?
Is it pulled off the website now? By the way.
I just went on Wikipedia. That's usually I know it's not the best source, but it's go to. So we have the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. I think LA Knight will win it, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I would assume that the person who wins it is getting some kind of a push, so it almost doesn't make sense that he doesn't win it. But I guess if they're saying it on commentary now that he's got to start stacking his wins and make it mean something, maybe he won't win it, and that's going to be the whole resistance is the WWE machine is not giving him title matches because he's just not winning the big one. Like, could be hoping that we get behind him, but I don't know. I think he'll win it. I don't know if you guys have a pick of anybody else that will win it. I mean, I guess there's 25 other people in it. I just really know of Sheamus and LA Knight in it.
Like everyone from AJ to Santos Escobar to everyone came out like around the match in SmackDown. So yeah, he's the only announced a couple. Nakamura's in it.
Gotta fucking win it. I don't
like,
know.
I said, if he doesn't, he'll be feuding with the guy that throws him out. So,
yeah.
If he's not, then the last 2 or 3, then why have the Battle Royal? But
right.
Yeah.
And then the next match is Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match. I'm interested in this because both of them are actually former MMA stars. I mean, obviously Ronda, a way bigger star than Shayna was, but if they know who's going to win, I'm interested to see how real they lay it in with each other because you could spar pretty heavy and have it look realistic. And so, like, I'm really kind of into it, like in a weird way. I know it's weird to say that about a Ronda match, but I mean, like with her and Shayna, and they're so close in real life.
I'm invested because of Shayna, to be honest with you.
It's her goodbye, right? Shayna. It's definitely Ronda's
goodbye. I love
goodbye.
Shayna. Yeah, and I believe this is Ronda's swan song. So, I mean, I think that I would love to see them laying it into each other because if they know the punches are coming, they could really connect and still be safe with each other and everything. So I really hope that we see a little physicality like in there and like it'd be good. I'm kind of looking forward to it in a weird way. I hope it doesn't let me down.
The vignette they put together was fantastic for it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but again, I still didn't believe Ronda. I believe Shayna. I think Shayna does better work. Mike, vignette stuff. Even the work in the ring is clearly, Baszler's better. So, I look forward to her taking Ronda out, which should happen. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And if you're leaving, you should go out on your back and put that person over. So hopefully nobody thinks any different. And I sound terrible, but I hope Ronda doesn't come back.
Oh my. And then the next match is for the Intercontinental Championship. Our reigning champion, Gunther.
There's no way he's losing.
Defending against Drew McIntyre. I think the opposite way. I think there's no way Drew's losing. He didn't go away for a while. Now, everybody on the internet wants to say that he went away in protest of his deal and he wanted more money and then he finally got it. I don't know if that's true. He could have been nursing an injury. It could have just happened to coincide with his deal expiring and then making a new one. I don't know that there's any ill will towards Drew or WWE.
Sometimes you just got to work it out. Well, if there was ill will, he wouldn't.
Nevertheless, and it could have been done on his part. He could have said, "You know what? I've been having nagging injuries. I think I will take the time right around my expiration date to see if the company's serious about me." That's a normal negotiation tactic. There's nothing wrong with that.
And by the way, what's wrong with letting someone cool off for a bit if they've ran their course and you want them to go away for a while and then come back for a big pop? And
I don't see them bringing Drew back without him beating Gunther. I just don't. And a lot of people are like, he's going to beat, they want him to beat Honky's record. He doesn't have to.
That's why I think Walter's
Roman is apparently going to be champion for 20 years and beat San Martino's record. So let Roman do that. You don't need Gunther to beat Honky's record, even though that would be cool. But I think somebody that's a little flashier should be the one to beat Honky's record, to be honest.
They're manipulating the title pieces to make Roman closer than he is to Hogan and San Martino.
Right, yeah. You can't even touch San Martino's record. It's 2,000 days or something. 2,000.
But not even that. He's been Universal champion longer than WWE. He's only been WWE champion for 2 years. He hasn't even beat Hogan's 4-year reign yet. But they're saying that because or they're saying that he's getting closer to Hogan's reign. Yeah,
it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I think they're just making too big a deal about Gunther's reign too to give it up right now.
I don't know. I was thinking that too. I think that again,
the reign for Honky's not that long. What is it? 400 plus days? It's only
400 and something days. Yeah, so
he's closer. 45 days away.
He's closer to Honky's than Roman is to anything of significance on the world title picture. But I don't know what the point is, though.
With Walter pissing out a heel win and then letting Drew chase it to another pay-per-view and taking it like that, I think that's fine.
Yeah, as long as that happens. But to Jess's point, like you make a big deal and Drew's back, and maybe just being on SummerSlam is a win for Drew with how big the roster is. But I don't know how you get out of this.
What's Drew gonna do? Where's he gonna go? What's he gonna do? I think that you take the title off Gunther. Gunther will eventually win it back, which is completely fine because I could watch those two wrestle every day. And you interject Sheamus when you want to.
I can watch Gunther. Period. I think guy's just.
And so I just feel. It doesn't matter if he loses, and I think that the more they build it up, the more if he gets closer and closer to it. I don't know how many days he's had it already, to be honest. But let me figure that out right now.
He passed Macho. He passed.
If he passed Macho, he's getting pretty close. He's only like 3 months away. Then
it's like Pedro and then Honky.
I thought.
Or is it Honky and Pedro? Yeah, it's Pedro and Honky.
Thread somewhere.
Yeah, Honky holds the record still, which is 454 days or 52 days. I can't remember what it was. But where's the list? Sorry, I shouldn't. I'm taking my time here. I shouldn't be doing this. You know, when I type in history of the WWF Intercontinental Championship, like I expect the list, and then they make me go to another one, the list of the IC champions. I'm like, great.
Nope. Bob's review of.
So I have to go. Okay, here we go.
Bulldog versus Bret Hart.
Oh, and they have the total here. No, I don't want combined raise. God damn it. So Gunther, wow, 418. So he's close. So you don't make him lose.
No. If you're a month away, you're a month away from Honky's reign.
Yeah, you don't make him lose. I guess.
But you could have him, do something like chicken shit and make it so Drew can say no, he cheated. I deserve another shot. I think that's totally fine. He surpasses the time frame. They have a huge celebration, and then he snatches it from him like right after.
Or it's a huge reign because he's the one that snapped and stopped his streak from doing Honky's reign. So it's just a blood feud that lasts for X months.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not suggesting
that
Drew
take it and have him be pissed about not getting it the longest.
I'm not suggesting that Drew can't take a loss unless they have bigger plans for Gunther's character, like to try to introduce a little bit of like color into him because he's just very black and white. But
they're trying. They're letting him talk more.
He could be beaten right before he beats the record, and that causes Gunther to kind of lose his shit. Like, that
would be fun. That'd be a good storyline.
I don't know how that ends though, I think Dave's right, and actually now that I see how close he is, like he's really close to Honky's record. I don't think you beat him now that I look at that.
It just seems like
the next match is definitely going to be an attraction match. Ricochet against Logan Paul. There's going to be some crazy shit. If you like flippity dippities, this is your match. They're going to work hard. They're going to fucking do crazy shit.
That's a total toss up.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds good. Like Logan could take the loss because it doesn't matter how many times you lose. Ricochet has been losing all this whole time, so it doesn't really matter.
So I wonder if you could bet on which more of a clusterfuck match will it be? Jake Paul and Nate Diaz or Logan Paul and Ricochet?
Yeah, this is the same night, right?
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Pretty sure it'll be the former.
That brawl with have you been catching up with this Nate Diaz, the hype of Nate Diaz?
I did, and Cuz sent me that thing. That fucking robot did make me laugh incredibly hard because they were doing the weigh-ins and everyone fought, and they have this guy who's in a big robot costume. He's obviously on stilts. He's like fucking 9 feet tall, and like everyone's brawling around him, and he's like, "I'm uncomfortable," and he's in his big suit, and then the guy comes out and fucking yells at the robot, "Get out of here!" like that, and the robot and Cuz texted, he's like, so funny. He's like, the robot looks like he's in trouble. And he does. He puts his head down and he walks out with the rest of the people. And I'm fucking dying. Like, I'm like, what is the fucking robot doing there? It was great.
Nate Diaz just doesn't want to be there at all. They did like a spot on Pat McAfee, and he didn't show up for the first time when he did the interview. Like, Jake Paul tries to bring him in and compliment him. Nate wants nothing to do with any of this.
Right.
He just wants to kill him.
Which is weird because he always wants to be the shit talker in every other serious MMA fight.
He's so over it.
I think the money is so good on this, but he's embarrassed he's taking it.
Yeah.
Which is what? Then don't do it then. Unless he's broke. And then Cody will take on Brock Lesnar in the third match of their trilogy. This should blow the feud off.
Dude, my wife and I had a really long conversation, Justin, and I brought you into the conversation because she's like, there's no way Cody's going to lose. I said, hold on. Jess has a theory on this. He's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins the last two matches if the underdog wins the first match, which Cody already did that.
And he already did. Now, I'm not saying you would think, because today's wrestling fan, though, it's what have you done for me lately? So if he loses, I think that might damage him a little bit. But I think Cody could take a loss. I think it's fine. It depends on how he lost, because he lost the second match he passed out. So, I mean, I think it's whatever like they want to do. And Lesnar's a monster. I don't think anybody I think what's going to build Cody's character is that he was never afraid of Brock. So I think it's irrelevant to my theory, because he won the first one. It doesn't matter if he loses the second two because he's not afraid of him. And he's actually ran down to the ring and tackled Brock and instigated it on many of occasions. So that shows that he's a hero.
And Brock tried to walk away last week. Cody went after him again.
So that's great. I don't think it's going to hurt him because, but at the same time, you would think that Cody would win this or whatever, but it doesn't have to happen. Again, that's another toss-up. I can see either way going.
Jess says I don't listen to him. See, I listen to him. I remember it. I told
my wife about never listen to me.
Never listen.
And then next for the
WWE...
I
don't think Jay's going to beat Roman, so I think one of these two has to happen. I think Cody goes over Brock.
Yet.
Okay. That's a good theory, too. Yeah, because there's no way Jay's going to win. Yeah. Sorry,
Right. So you're thinking that the TV title will change hands, what you're trying to say to me right now.
Oh, my God.
So for the WWF World Television Championship, Seth Rollins, our reigning champion, is going to defend against Finn Balor, who he cleanly pinned on the last pay-per-view and has done really nothing to make me think that he's going to win the title,
Nah, Finn's
Damian
been winning
winning the
matches.
briefcase,
Finn's been winning some matches.
which makes me think that he might win the title to bring that feud within the Judgment Day. I'm not saying that's not an interesting thing. I'm just saying that if you're trying to make the world title, the television title important, then you should probably not do this. However, if they're going to be tempted and they want to do storyline over title, I'm not opposed to it. I think the dynamic of Finn being champion with Damian holding the briefcase is cool shit. They could do a lot of good stuff with it. Not suggesting that they won't. I'm not saying I won't enjoy it. I'm just simply saying if you make a big deal and have a tournament and make a big deal to create a new world title opposite of Roman for no reason.
I think Judgment Day is going to be carrying a ton of gold, and I just don't. And like to your point, I think Finn's going to carry it, and there's always going to be the briefcase looming over him the entire time. It's gonna. I think that's a great story, and then all the while Seth is pestering him to win it back. You know, and what if Seth did win it back and then the briefcase cashes in? That would be cool. That'd be awesome, right? I don't know. I mean, that to me is like 8 months of story right there that you can put.
Oh, that could be a good idea too. That Seth beats him again, which would totally negate the point to Finn get the rematch. But I digress. And then Damian comes out and cashes and wins, and then now you still have this dynamic of
and you have
Finn
animosity,
being like,
right, with the team.
Because maybe he runs down, tries to cash it in, that distracts Finn. Finn gets pinned because of it, and he's like, "You motherfucker! If you weren't distracting me," and I want him to say, "You motherfucker!" live on SummerSlam, and then I want him to say that, and then if you didn't distract me, I would have won the belt, and then Damian's gonna be like, "What does it matter? It's in Judgment Day. I'm the new leader." Like I would love shit like that. So. I'm really back talking myself here.
There's good stuff there, man. That's what I'm saying. They put stuff together in Judgment Day, like they need to be drenched in gold, man. It's just it needs to happen. It's already happening. You know, like I said, Dom's carrying the North American title, and we got the World Championship within them as well. It's just
well, I'm going to get to this match real quick. So great. We have the women's WWE Championship on SmackDown now. Yes. Asuka is going to defend her title against Charlotte Flair and Bianca.
It's going to be a banger.
Rhea Ripley not on the pay-per-view. And that's been a point of contention this whole week as well, that she's not defending her. Now, obviously, she's going to somehow be there, and Dom does not have a singles match either, so she'll probably be there for the Judgment Day shit. But, like, that's been a huge point of contention is how can you not have Dom on SummerSlam? How can you not have Rhea defending her title on SummerSlam?
Well,
and I guess Rhea has been posting some things online.
They're on the paycheck roll for that weekend. They're going to be there. They're going to have some impact. I think this is where it's funny. I don't even want to give this guy any kind of like validation at all, but he made me think, and I hate you so much. Fucking Russo, I hate him. But still,
I thought you were talking about Cuz. I'm sorry.
He said something this week, and I just caught it on a short because I don't follow him. And he's like the casuals don't care about the matches, man. You do 5-minute matches and you do the story. The story is what matters. That's what they come to watch. So.
Right.
If you're gonna carry casuals, you still have Dom there. They boo him no matter what. He doesn't have to.
Why can't you have both? To counter his point, why can't you fucking have both? Why can't I have a 10-15 minute match? What's wrong with that? Like,
I would argue, Jess, this is the closest that we've had to both in a long time, probably since like 02 to 06.
It's a mix of both. He's just saying because back in the Attitude Era, I get it. Raw had 2-minute matches. And it was all about the story, bro. And then maybe you went little longer with some of the matches.
His stupid fucking stories.
Yeah, and then maybe it was his story and his influence, but
because he didn't book the matches.
You want to keep fans' interest for a long time. The Attitude Era served a purpose to keep it in a 3 or 4 year vacuum, and then they went away. So if you accustom people to too much of one thing, when you switch back to because the Ruthless Aggression Era, Jim Ross said they made a conscious effort to be a little bit more. Wrestling a little bit longer in the Ruthless Aggression, and some fans turned off because they're like, I just missed the fucking outlandish stories. If you make people accustomed to too much of one thing, when you switch to the other, they will go. However, if you do an equal amount of both, oh my God, that's crazy. And you have good matches on a pay-per-view because people are buying a streaming service to watch said pay-per-view. Like, fucking give them what they want. Service both things. I'm not saying I want every Raw match to be 20 minutes. Not suggesting that. Maybe the main event I would like to be that, or a title match. But I don't want I don't know.
We're gonna point out where the main event on Raw and SmackDown isn't even a match.
I don't want Ricochet against
it's
AJ Styles. It doesn't. I would love to see them go 30 minutes because they both can do it, but they don't have to do it on Raw unless it's a feature
SmackDown
match.
on Fridays, the main event has the beginning of the match and the beginning of the night and the beginning of the end of the night has been some kind of bloodline story. It's not
I
even
agree
a match.
with Russo 1,000,000% on you progress your stories on your television, but the pay-per-views are different. That's where you should emulate a sporting event.
Where the payoffs
and within the ring ropes or whatever rules that you deem the match is about, that's how you settle the story. So I should get longer matches on a fucking pay-per-view, you idiot Russo. Like, I should. That's the whole point of it.
You're saying Fridays for the wives, Saturdays for the girlfriends kind of thing, which we don't do that. Nobody does that here.
Yes.
But it's like Fridays are for the casuals for the story, and Saturdays are for the hardcore fans that watch it.
And it was a different time. There was only really 4 top people in the Attitude Era that he all had to work with. And then he
walked out on Vince and went to WCW and failed miserably. So I wonder who was really responsible for his success. But anyway, I digress. And then when he went to TNA, he failed there too, and all that shit. Like, whatever. Fuck Russo. Like, he doesn't know shit. Why can't you just be humble and say, I was honored to be a part of this 3-year fucking period that was revolutionary.
That changed wrestling forever, yeah.
Yeah, I tried to take my shit elsewhere, and you know what? Without the team, it was hard. You know, blah, blah. That's all you gotta do is fucking be humble for 5 minutes.
He'll never do that.
Don't fucking... Because people want to be polarizing, like him and Jim Cornette. They want to... It's funny they hate each other when they're polarizing. They're both purposely trying to be polarizing, because that does get clicks, that does get interest. If someone's fair and even keel, it's like, they're boring. They're too honest, and they're too forthcoming about shit. But if you're yelling like Jim Cornette or Russo, and you're broing every 5 minutes, and
dude,
day one, like fucking, if I have to hear that guy, right. Fucking,
it's Stephen A. Smith. It's the same thing. It's just like Nash doubling down on our boy. He's only doing that for clicks.
That's a perfect fucking point.
He doesn't care that much.
That's a perfect point. That's a great point, because Nash doesn't give a shit either way. He's just saying it because now he got attention. People are forwarding the tweet or forwarding the clip of him saying it. Yeah. And now he's getting fucking listens or views or whatever. Great point. But the good thing about SummerSlam, before I continue on, for the majority of it, except for maybe the main event, I don't really know who's going to win. I could see Asuka defending the title. I could see Charlotte getting it back.
That one
I could see Bianca winning it back. I could see a lot of things. I don't know who's going to win a lot of these matches, which is the beauty of SummerSlam this year and why I'm excited, because I truly don't know. No, that will get us to the main event, which I hope is the main event because it's for the real world title, not the TV title. Roman Reigns is defending his title for no reason against a tag team wrestler that's never fucking wrestled a singles match in his life. Jey Uso, but it's the storyline, bro. Vince Russo's right. We're wrong. It's all about the storyline, bro. So this match will be 2 minutes, and Roman will probably win, and that's Russo's point.
It's simply to continue the Roman bloodline story. He has to. It's almost like it's not him, because everybody says Hogan has to get back on people that beat him, but like Roman's got to beat him. This is the only person who's pinned him. And
he's not losing, but the thing is, though, is even though this is probably the only match on the card I can predict, I still want to see it because it's going to be good. So
it's going to be good.
If I sound like I'm bitching, I'm not trying to. What do you think about the main event? I know we all have the same thing about Jey. Are you looking forward to the storyline?
Okay. It's progressing the storyline that the casuals do love. It's a great storyline. Sorry, Craig. What are your thoughts on it, man?
You guys are cutting out on my side, so I'm. Everything Roman does and Bloodline does has been amazing in every match. Even though you knew he wasn't going to beat Sammy, wasn't going to beat him in Montreal. You know he's going to hold on, but it doesn't matter. You
knew Brock wasn't going to beat him even way back when last year.
The combination of this storyline and athleticism and the acting of everything, it's just going to be a banger and it's going to be fantastic. And they're going to have the crowd in the palm of their hand. And it's all going to be facial expressions, and there'll be some shenanigans, and I don't know what'll happen, whether we'll see another Bloodline or what, but it's going to be it's going to be great. Roman is
I'm glad you said that, Craig, too, because that's a big thing. So it's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, right? So we're calling these matches as we see it right now. Like, there's not going to be surprises. There's going to be probably a lot of surprises tomorrow.
There should be something that we don't
expect. And Big E might return. I'm not going to get to.
Is Jimmy really hurt, Jess, or no?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Because I feel like that's the surprise we're gonna see. We're gonna see him back, and even though the match might already be over, they're gonna pummel Roman somehow at the end, and they're gonna do it together. But
or Craig's right too. Maybe there's a new Bloodline member introduced or something like that.
Yeah,
and then
call.
also,
Craig, right.
There's a rumor too that Big E's gonna make his return, not necessarily in the main event, but I mean Big E will be there. like somehow and make his presence felt. And so there's a lot of cool shit.
Orton might be.
I miss him.
Orton, oh my God, fucking Orton! I forgot about Orton.
By the way, my God, Riddle has pissed off someone, hasn't he?
He got buried, right?
I've been reading that because his personal life is so tumultuous and like he just got out of rehab recently that they're choosing to descale him a little bit. That's why he's been losing a lot, and now they're going to pull him back on television because I guess I could be wrong. Isn't he with an adult star and she's pregnant, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and the adult star, I think, is not quiet on social media. So I've been reading, and it's just the dirt sheets, that the reason why they're scaling back is they're like, this is a very volatile situation, and at any moment something inappropriate could be tweeted or whatever, and so they'd rather pull back on him now, let her give birth, let him see if it all settles down, and then because if something happens or they have a nasty breakup or they say something wrong on social media or whatever, they don't want Riddle in the main storyline right now.
It's funny how that
makes
matters,
sense.
and it's how that matters in the entertainment industry for that. But like you hear like just as an example in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes is amazing, but imagine if it was entertainment more that mattered with his family life going on. Like that stuff is wild. Like they would bench him. Like, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Like
because he'd be a super distraction. Yeah.
And Riddle is so immensely talented. Is kind of my point. And he's getting backburned. It's just weird. He's incredible. In and out of the ring. And go ahead.
We're just going off what we read. They could be visually, like Triple H and the higher brass, could be visually observing something about him in the back. They're like, he's not 100% focused right now. Or he went through rehab, but we don't know like if he's relapsed or whatever. You never know. He could be doing stuff in the back that people are like.
And it's not a bad idea to wait to see if Randy comes back and then reunite them.
Yeah. So
you have him lose knowing that story is going to pick up on tag. Let him lose individually.
Oh, right. Maybe this loss
over,
Yeah.
But that we haven't been reading, right? We just read, and again, we don't really know.
And apparently, we get a Kid Rock concert tomorrow. Is that a fake rumor?
Are you serious?
I hope it's a fake.
Have you
rumor.
no one heard Kid Rock at SummerSlam? So okay, I could have read it wrong. I hope I did.
I thought he did that.
I didn't see it.
I hope I did.
I hope you
I
did
know
too,
he's done
man,
shit at WrestleMania before, but I thought maybe he did a live performance at SummerSlam a couple years ago. Maybe
you want to talk about rocking the boat, man? That guy is definitely not on a lot of people's good side. He took things very politically recently. And
what's up?
What?
I would be shocked if they do that because WWE. It doesn't matter what they personally believe.
They want to stay.
They're a publicly traded company, and they will not. I can't see them doing something like that.
I can't believe. Speaking of this, we haven't even talked about that. Vince was indicted last month, and we just caught wind of it this week. Craig gave us the info, and I'm like, it's quite. Just without saying the other.
Wait
stuff,
a minute.
There's.
When he went on trial for the steroids, he got neck surgery timely, and then he fucking had a neck brace on purpose, like during the trial. Now he went to major spine surgery. He's like, he chooses to get all of his serious surgeries done when he's in trouble. Ow!
I had a buddy text me that picture of him in the neck brace.
Like he's gonna be in a back brace in like a wheelchair.
He has to roll up to court in a wheelchair, in a motorized wheelchair.
Oh my gosh!
So fucking.
Oh,
Vince,
God bless Vince McMahon.
Having to use his tongue for the drip.
Just bless him. Just bless him. Like,
but it's quite interesting because not to bring up the other like political.
I tell them how to react.
When those individuals get indicted, it gets leaked immediately. This stayed quiet for over a month before we found out that he was indicted. So they didn't want you can tell the difference between like smart companies don't want things to get out. They'll get out when they do, but they were trying not to make a big deal out of this at all. And I think the difference is though is that at this point,
fucking protein shake one morning. He's like, what?
You
searching my shit.
You really screwed the shareholders is what you did. So you're going to owe some money and you're going to pay some fines. I mean, he's not going to jail for this. I mean, let's be real about it. It's not not nearly some of the other indictments we've seen.
They're trying to drag him through the mud. Yeah.
Can I say, like, who cares? Like, what a waste of.
We've already know that he did it. We already know.
And he paid $17 million back. And yes, he's an asshole. And yes, he
did terrible.
But what did he do to like? I don't know.
For the indictment? I don't know. I mean,
other than beating the government 25 years ago at their own game.
It's a 25-year storyline.
And they never forget.
Would say they have to finish the story. The government's going to win again.
They need to finish the story.
Vince got one over on them.
The federal government needs to finish the story.
Comes back on,
they need to finish the story.
Got to finish the story every week. Whoa, finishing the story.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I think it's the best storyline in wrestling.
The Capone story, man. Always get them. Always follow the money. Always get them with the money.
Even though I never jumped on this bandwagon because I think people are insane and they look for reasons to hate AEW. And to be fair, the anti-WWE people look for reasons to hate WWE. But they just finally announced the main event to All-In at Wembley Stadium. It's going to be Adam Cole, Bebe, challenging MJF for the World AEW Championship.
That's awesome.
I just challenge people to go back when they announced the first SummerSlam match, and like SummerSlam's tomorrow as we record this, and AEW is on August 27th. So they're announcing it just when they should. Like, I don't understand why people now. The only critique I understand is WWE does monthly pay-per-views, so obviously they wouldn't start hyping SummerSlam until after Money in the Bank is over. I get that. But and AEW does not do monthly pay-per-views. They do like 4 a year, and then they have like, their special name Dynamites or whatever. But first of all, they have a second show now in Collision on Saturdays, so they could use that also to announce more matches and hype shit.
Sure.
They're a month away. It's a normal time to start advertising. You could probably go back to when Andre turned on Hogan, and they probably started hyping the main event for WrestleMania 3-4 weeks in advance, maybe 5 tops. So there's no difference. Like, there's no difference than what AEW did. People just want to jump on their shit. Oh, wow, it's the biggest show in their history, and they're waiting till when? I'm like, I don't know, a month before? Because that's that's what people fucking do.
Bubba Ray Dudley's point on this was like, have an event where you don't know any matches going in. No one's ever done it.
Yeah, so that's a great way to get pay-per-view buys for $50, Bubba, you fucking idiot.
So you pay, and then you literally don't know any matches walking in.
And then nothing's exciting. It's just normal shit. It's like Powerhouse Hobbs against whoever else.
Like, hey, Bubba, maybe there's a reason why it's never been done before. Like,
right. Bubba's a jackass. He's another one that I just listen to. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, big deal you put the ring together at ECW. Good for you.
Imagine pooping in your pants. It's never been done before. I'm like, yeah, maybe there's a reason why I've never.
Imagine shitting your pants live on pay-per-view. I'm like, I could imagine that.
I know it's a horrible example because we probably all crapped our pants, but
Do you guys know who Grado is? The Scottish wrestler who's kind of a bit of a gimmicky guy, like a Joey Janela kind of guy, but there was a documentary about him, and I think he did a cup of coffee in Impact or something. But he appeared with Jeff Jarrett in the UK. But he's famous in the UK, and he comes out to Madonna's "Like a Prayer," and he would blow the roof off of Wembley when he comes out if he does wrestle Jarrett. But Jarrett, on a radio thing, Jarrett hit him with a guitar over the head, so it might be Jarrett Grado.
Come on,
they're gonna
Wembley Stadium.
They're gonna have great stuff, but I still won't buy it. Get streaming. Bye. Have a good day.
And then someone on Twitter said I never even thought about it, but like if you watch Dynamite and the MJF kind of thing, giving them the opportunity, or was it Collision? Sorry, giving the opportunity, I'll give you a shot or whatever. And someone said, "Watch, it's going to turn out to actually not be for the title," because he didn't really read the contract very well, and I thought that was a perfect way to book it.
So okay, we can talk about it. We're only 33 minutes in.
Yeah,
I think this is the perfect opportunity to turn MJF face. Can you imagine if Adam Cole's the one who turns on him and Roderick Strong, and then you actually like MJF now, and he's the face? That's the best thing to do. Yeah. And you could take the title off him and have him chase, or you could keep him.
But by the way, he could still
beat Adam Cole, and Adam Cole could lose his shit or whatever. Yeah. But I just think it's so obvious that MJF.
And to your point, MJF doesn't have to change anything about his personality.
No, Craig and I talked about the promo on Dynamite. His promo was great, but you're waiting because you're used to what MJF is. You're waiting for him to turn. But I think that's why you don't turn him, and I think that's why Adam Cole turns on him. Adam Cole needs to reinvent himself. Adam Cole needs to be the cool Adam Cole that we all liked in NXT, where he was a heel in charge of a faction, right? He was the guy that fucking went out there and got freaked out on Pat McAfee and all that stuff. He was a heel, and he was great as a heel.
It was very well done.
I truly believe that if you want to really fucking do this, you have the chance where MJF has the chance to cheat. He doesn't take it because that's what MJF would do, and Adam Cole takes it and beats him, and then beats him down and betrays him at the end, and then now you have an instant babyface in MJF. And now MJF could come out the next week going, all I have left is you. The people who I treated like shit because I built my wall over all these years. Now I'm trying to take this wall down, and I need you. Like, I need to get him. Like, and then can you imagine, like, can you imagine the support? And he even said in his promo, I'm still a scumbag.
Yeah.
So he's selling
I'm your scumbag t-shirts as of today.
So you gotta
it's a good setup for what Jess is talking about.
You've got to do a double turn.
That sounds right.
He's laying the groundwork for it.
If he betrays Adam Cole, like why? Like we expect it. We know it. Like and Adam Cole looks like a dopey babyface, like Sting in the fucking 90s for fucking no problem, Abdullah. I'll shake your hand. Like it's like, yeah, no shit, Abdullah's gonna hit you in the face. Don't shake his hand. Yeah, Cactus Jack, put her there. Oh my God, Cactus attacked me. Yeah, no shit. Like, you dumb baby face. Like, it's like I don't want like Adam Cole to be the dumb baby face on this one. Like,
and someone did put back to back the hug that he gave MJF. There was like it's almost like a fist in the back, like a knife in the back, and he did that in NXT with a hug with whoever he turned on or whatever.
You want to breathe some life into Adam Cole and bring Roderick Strong in again strongly, and then maybe add a couple other people and then have a faction for Adam Cole. Call them the Boom Brothers. I don't know what you call them in AEW because they can't call them what they call them in NXT. But sure. Adam Cole's got to turn heel. Got to. Like there's no to turn MJF heel makes no fucking sense. Like it makes Adam Cole look dumb. And like, there's no point in it. Like at that point,
and then Davey Boy Smith comes out and helps save MJF.
That's right.
And then
that's what I heard.
Wembley explodes.
I really believe that. Yeah, that MJF's going to be like, I got a chance to cheat here. I'm not going to fucking do it. And then Adam Cole's going to be like, I'll fucking do it. Boom, and cheats and beats him.
I'm sorry. Were you saying Davey Jr.? I'm terrible because I'm like, oh, from the dead, Davey Boy's going to come back.
No, so yeah, I meant Davey Boy Jr.
Jr. That does sound fun. Yeah, and the roof blows off. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm like,
I think. Davey Boy's
cool.
And then Brett gets in there and cuts Davey Jr. off and gets him in the sharpshooter.
He's not signed, is he? He's not signed over there, is he? Or
I don't know where he is now. He's been everywhere.
I saw him in NWA for a while. He's everywhere. He's all in every independent, pretty much.
Got it. Okay, good for him.
They briefly re-signed him in WWE, and then he left just as fast as they re-signed him, like a year or two ago.
It's weird, yeah.
God, do you see Rob Van Dam on Dynamite?
I don't know why we're doing that. Why are we doing this?
I don't know why we're doing. It's all part of the story. I think it's just to keep Jungle Boy the heel or whatever. I can't see it being like if they announced it for Wembley, I'd be like, you guys are fucking insane. But if they're not,
I think he is.
Next week we'll do.
I think if they bought the rights to like his whatever that
if it's a tag match or whatever, I don't care. Like I mean, the Wembley show is probably going to be almost 4 hours long, so it's like. Maybe you march him out there for a tag match or whatever and have a little fun with RVD. That's fine. I don't see him doing a 20-minute singles match at all.
No, it would be 5.
Can you imagine, though? So RVD has been really into, like, healing oils and shit like that and all that stuff. He's been into that for a long time and taking care of his body. Do you see how gingerly he moves now? Imagine if he didn't take care of his body. He'd be in a fucking wheelchair. Like, I noticed that on... I was like, dude, if RVD didn't care about stretching and getting all the
keeping
blood
up his
flow,
flexibility, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like he would be so fucking crippled right now. So it's hard, dude. Being a wrestler tears your shit up, and especially what he did in ECW for all those years and everything. Jesus,
I had 500 surgeries, brother.
How old is he?
He's 82.
Wow, he looks damn good for fucking 82.
No pun intended. He looks Van Damn good. Gotta be 50.
Like even this kind of hurt. You could say he's all which. Like, I'm not judging. I'm the same fucking way. Try to get out of bed at 48 years old. You can't fucking do it. It fucking hurts. So and I didn't take bumps for 25 years.
So funny.
Let me see here. 52. He looks good. Jesus. I mean, he does look good.
Dude, I would like to look that good at 52.
He has 2 hot girlfriends at the same time or whatever.
Oh my God, he's gotta stay flexible. Good job on that. And I mean that for activities, like when they go to the store during the day and stuff like that. That's what I mean. I don't mean anything else besides that. Yeah, you gotta run around all these errands.
Yeah,
helping him with autograph signings and stuff. It really helps.
Yeah, I don't mean being flexible so he could handle 2 women. I don't mean that.
No, I don't mean it either at all.
When he puts a trash can on one of them and then goes across
and probably
the house.
Some of their friends too, and he's the luckiest man on the planet.
And he jumps across the bedroom and then kicks that trash can.
You know what he even does, isn't he?
He does all Van the Terminators and threesomes.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Cut it out.
He's like, hold this pillow, and they're like, oh, for a new position, and he just fucking flies across the room and kicks the pillow in their face. Like, no,
and then he just does the tantrum.
What if he does that before he climaxes?
All right, we gotta stop. We gotta stop this. This is terrible.
We're editing ourselves, Dave. We're being professional.
Come on, man.
Cut it at 38 minutes. This is over.
Come on, man.
You don't like Rob Van Dam?
I get it. So we have SummerSlam. You're gonna
no, not right now. I don't.
This will be posted SummerSlam morning. Who knows when you're gonna watch this? So that's our pre-SummerSlam what fucking show are we doing now? Uncensored. And
Unscripted.
Cuz is not with us because he's migrating to California and he's somewhere here in the state, and I feel unsafe because I don't know where he is. You all should be not. If you live in California, you should not feel safe either.
Watch Jess get tackled right now at the end.
And I'm Cuz comes in here and like takes me out. So happy SummerSlam, everybody, and this has been the August the 4th to air the 5th Unscripted.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.